Yeah, but few people do. Just go ahead and grab the Triforce and be on his way. And oh, small secret is 12. It's a minor improvement.
So as I was late in, I'm guessing the regular banana was on the overworld somewhere in an Armos statue or something along those lines?
Yep, Armos item, vanilla scream, so. But at least, if nothing else, Coughlin knows what the item is. Unless he really wants to get that heart container, he'll never have to go into 3 again.
Yep, with his opponent being as good a combat player as there is, I would assume he will never go back in the dungeon.
Yep, and Cantaloupeme finds the wooden sword. And actually grabs the wooden sword instead of the candle. Interesting. Yeah, some people would take the candle first thing, but... Ooh, and Coughlin finds level 6.
Yeah, expect him to take a quick look around, I would think.
Yeah, but when you got 3 hearts and no armor, it's always kind of a harrowing thing. Because there are so many enemies that can two-shot you.
Yep, he's checking Vanilla Star to make sure his randomizer works this time around.
Well, we had already seen where the sword is, but he didn't know that. And Cantaloupeme finds level 7.
Now, this dungeon can be terrible to go diving into. However, we've seen a couple of seeds now where Triforce and I have been the first 2 or 3 rooms in the dungeon, so may have been a while to look in a couple of rooms and see what was there.
Oh, and Cantaloupeme's earlier decision pays off, getting a free candle. And Cantaloupeme finds level 2 under a bush. And
Yep.
Did Coughlin just kill Octorox with the boomerang? Did I see that right?
It's definitely possible.
I mean, they died, and Coughlin's only got the boomerang.
Yeah, Red Octorox can definitely roll low enough for it to actually occur, so wouldn't surprise me.
We got all enemies and bosses at plus or minus 2 HP, so if they roll low, that can put them into to boomerang range. Ooh, Coughlin finds the warps. Not the worst. Magical key out on the ocean.
Yep, with how many seeds we've had run into key trouble, I think they will definitely be looking for the magic key if and when they find the ladder.
So it's not the worst warps in the world. Not really quick access to Death Mountain, though. That's considering where they start. That's not really the bad thing. The King of Hyrule, both candles do the same amount of damage. The only difference is that the blue candle, you can only use it once per screen, but the red candle, you can use however many times you want. Speaking of which, Coughlin picks up his candle at the take any spot.
Yep, I would expect Fred, once he finds the wood sword, to feel just a little bit behind because of how easy it is to access.
Well, if nothing else, not necessarily. Coughlin, I would say, has a bit of an advantage in exploration, perhaps, though, as Cantaloupeme finds level 8.
Yep, but he can't see Cantaloupe's screen, so he doesn't know where he's at. He'll just know that when he finds a wood sword at the desert open cave, that the chances that Cantaloupeme missed that were slim to none.
Wow, nice dodging of those wizards there. Goodness.
And what's painful with this seed so far is that level 2 has that Chevy room right off the bat. You start in the top left, so you can't actually get into level 2 until you find the ladder.
Well, we'll see if it's actually relevant. Given the nature of things, we may never actually have to dive to. Since we've already, as many of these large packs of blue wizards we've seen, and a Gleeok, of course. This might be a bit of a rough one, and if Coughlin buys the arrow. And I don't blame Cantaloupeme for noping out of that Gleeok fight.
Yep, wood arrows are not that bad of a purchase, in my opinion. If you find the bow, then you can go ahead and find your way through the Pool's Voice rooms quite a bit quicker than you would with a sword.
Meanwhile, we've seen the large secret, and it's very, very painful. 56 rupees. That's not good.
Yep, thankfully this is First Quest Overworld, so they'll have 2 more to find.
And Cantaloupeme finding the warps, though I think he had already found the warps.
He had found the coast one and noped out of it and walked away.
Fair enough.
So far we have a couple of dungeons that they found, but you can't really progress in any outside of perhaps 7, which they haven't tried yet.
Right. Maybe spending a bit time and effort on exploration, maybe finding the other dungeons, maybe.
Yep, feels like they'll want to find 8 or find level 1.
Yeah, get those 2 items, and hopefully not a horrible enemy set.
There should be 3 different enemy sets, so you'll eventually see the easiest of the enemy sets out there, as we have an arrow purchase now on both sides.
And Cantaloupeme finds level 9.
Looks like Fred is hoping that the wood sword is up on Eastern Death Mountain, given the way he's pathing now.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate given where it actually is. It's a pretty free location. He just never went there.
Yeah, but you kind of understand from his point of view. He's got a lot of the rooms nearby cleared out already on the overworld, so may have other areas that are more appealing that he can uncover more caves in.
So we're oh, okay, then never mind. That's where the heart container was. Right, we already saw what was everything of relevance that was in 3. I forgot. Ooh, and Coughlin finds the letter and skips it.
Yep, he'll certainly mark it down, but it's not something that's that important right off the bat.
Especially given their current health, if you really need a potion, you're probably dead already.
Oh, we have really cheap bombs this seed.
Oh, definitely.
I'd expect actually 2 bomb packs and a key purchase from him, because that'll make it easier to get through level 1. Nope, he opts out.
And one nice thing about these flags, the dungeon maps are vanilla, just not the room layouts in particular. Although when you get into stuff like, say, level 9, knowing the map doesn't really help you that much.
I'm just going to sit here and see if... Oh, he gets the Canana key through the key door. Very nice. That's his reward, though.
Yep, that's his reward, a shot to the face.
Unfortunately, he did not go back through that key door, so it will remain locked.
Although fcoughlin did not go through that locked door anyway, so it's really no harm, no foul as far as ultimately getting to where the magical boomerang is.
Yep, it's just going to be a little bit dicey getting through the Land Mola and through the Blue Wizard room and through the second Blue Wizard room, as he's finding out now.
Yeah, I think that might have been an intentional death there. I think he just walked a quick health refill. And Cantaloupeme just decides to, found the magical sword. And Cantaloupeme picks up the Triforce out of 3, and we'll see if he dives back in. Yep. And there's Coughlin's first sword, and he is not happy about it.
Yeah, he knows he's behind at 17 minutes as far as wood sword combat goes, but thankfully not that far behind. It'll still be a close race even with a late wood sword pickup.
Hey, level 3 really isn't nice at all. Man Mola's Wizrobes, Manhandla. And a shoot room on top of it.
Yep, that's the traditional shoot room in 3, just on the other side.
If I was in fcoghlin's position, I probably would have bought that enemy bait. Just in case. And it looks like weren't able to see it very well, but it looks like Cantaloupeme's leaving 3. Don't know if he saw where the magical boomerang was, though, not.
Yep, it's hard to say, but if he opted out of digging level 3, it won't haunt him in the end. And I did take a quick peek at his stream, and he's got Magical Boomerang marked as the item in level 3, so he did see it.
Okay, good. And now he's going to see the regular one. And just walk right on by. Ooh, and if fcoughlin finds level 4.
Yep, this is one of those you want to dig. It's one of your smaller options available.
Ooh, boy. Seeing the Wizrobe set again.
I don't know who rolled the seed, but I like your style.
Don't blame me for that one, for this one. Oh, see a stairway. I wouldn't think 4 would be segmented under these flags, would it?
Yeah, you will have the item in that staircase. It's just a matter of him getting back.
Getting back and getting in, because those Landmolas... Oh, okay, yep. fcoughlin gets the block clip and finds the power bracelet.
I would be kind of surprised if you turned that down. There's not too many levels left out there that could be blocked, but there is at least one left. Well, at least he got the bomb hole opened up before he died. Sometimes you drop the bomb and die, and you don't get credit for it, and it's painful.
Yeah, but it's just showing more and more this seed is not playing nice. It's like we're seeing Wizrobes in more dungeons than we should be. And 21 minutes in, we have our first pair of heart container pickups. Cantaloupeme finds the second large secret in Death Mountain.
Oh, he got lucky with the P-Hat buff. He was going to take the Lionel beam to the back.
Yep, you gotta love iframes.
See, this particular enemy set in 4 is really one of the worst, in my opinion. You've got Koreas that are going to chuck the boomerangs at you, and you don't have hardly any time to react to them, as they can just do it on the fly. And then you've got Wizrobes also in the same room at times, and they're just going to fire beams at you left and right and chase you around.
I guess that just means if you see a dungeon without them, they won't have anything threatening at all, will it?
Yeah, I haven't seen too many Stalfos or Gibdos or anything like that yet, so it's likely one of the sets.
I believe we saw Gibdos in one dungeon. I forget which one it was now, as Cantaloupeme finds level 5. That has more of the same. Oh, geez.
Well, you know it's quite the seed when we're about 25 minutes in. We still don't have all that much item information.
No, not at all.
Oh, hey, in case Wizrobes and Gorilla's firing off at you wasn't annoying enough, you've also got max roll keys.
What's even better is that because of the current flag set from what I'm gleaning here, we need the book to even get any of the hints.
Oh my goodness. This can be the item room or a staircase here. It's going to be a lag room until he kills one, and he's going to have to make sure not to be in line for any of the boomerang shots that they're going to fire off at him. Just one will kill him.
Yeah. Ooh, ouch. And, ooh, Coughlin finds level 1 right next door to 4. And this room that Cantaloupeme is in right now, that's really, really rude. Just you're in a spot where there's traps there, and there's really nothing you can do about it.
Here's a nice Gibdo and Blue Dark Knight room. After all the Wizrobes he's seen, I'm sure he's happy enough with that.
Yeah, I would prefer that. I would give me Dark Nuts over Wizrobes any day.
Although you know what's going to happen to Cantaloupeme if he cleans up this room. It's definitely going to be a transport.
Well, we're about to find out. Yeah, yep, it's a transport.
In Z1R, we call that the game nose. I'm not sure about any of the side bets, chat, but I'm pretty sure I heard that Fap was going to do push-ups or something for every time that he left a dungeon immediately because he came in on the top side and just, instinctively just went up.
Oh, the Zal's rolled low on health. That's good. There's the Triforce for one. Eaten by a Gibdo, of course. So we know that level 1 isn't that big. Where is the floor drop?
Will he take the Triforce since he's up here already? The answer appears to be no.
No, he does not. It's not that threatening of a room if he has to re-kill all the enemies.
Well, this room is terrible with the traps on the perimeter. He got the clip into the wire, though, so that'll make it a little bit easier.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not sure if I counted right, but it looks like blue dark nuts are not quite as terrible as they could be. To answer that question, chat, what is bad about picking up the Triforce? There isn't anything necessarily bad about it. It's just that you're going to end up respawning some of the adjacent rooms. You only really want to pick it up if you've cleaned up the entire side of the level that it's on. So he was just cleaning up the room next to it to see if that room had a floor drop, as level 1 is one of the 2 dungeons that has a floor drop.
Cantaloupeme finding out that level 4 is about as nice as all the others. Oh, remember when I said that I would have bought enemy bait? Though he seems to get through that just fine.
Yeah, if you enter into that room from the top, you can walk through it. You just can't walk back out. So if he wants to go past that guy again, he's going to have to up an A. Thankfully, though, that takes out the meat purchased this game because there won't be a need for it outside of getting gorillas to group up.
I guess if nothing else, that's good information. Well, a purchase you don't necessarily have to make.
Yeah, you certainly don't want to find out once you enter level 9. You'd rather find out now whether or not it's needed and what dungeon it's in.
And yes, entering the Lake's warm embrace. Which I guess doesn't really matter too much if you don't have a shield. Oh, jeez. Where are the items here?
They're both on the north side. Yep.
Yeah, it sucks when it's the last place you can look. Oh, there's one.
Yep.
And he's ladder blocked on the other.
So the ladder cannot be in 1, 2, 3, or 4. Because 1's ladder blocked from the second item up in the north side of the dungeon. The level 2 is blocked immediately.
3, we already know the item. 4. What was... Why was 4 ladder blocked as well? I didn't notice.
Fred got the power bracelet out of 4, so that can't have it.
Right, I forgot about that.
And have we seen the white sword item?
Yes, it was a heart container.
Alright, so it means one of the dungeons that's a little bit larger in size is going to have to be dug here in order for the players to get the ladder. Although, I suppose it's still possible that they need to pick up 5 Triforces and go into 9 to pick up the ladder as well.
Oh, is that something that can happen in this?
Important items in 9 is on, so ladder, bow, silvers, raft, recorder,
Eek.
power bracelet.
You really don't want to have to dig 9 for an item. That would suck.
Yeah, I think the common strategy that most of the runners are employing is try and get it down to where only one important item is in level 9 that you might have to dig. You don't want to go in there and need the bow and the silvers, or the ladder and the bow, or something like that.
And Coughlin picks up the Triforce out of 6. He's already at 4 Triforce pieces.
Yep, he may be thinking that there's a important item in level 9 that he needs to get to, but he's going to make a quick check again in level 6, see if he can't find the item.
And Cantaloupeme picks up the Triforce in 1. Hasn't found the raft yet. But they'll get the somewhat unfortunate news in due time. Oh, that is a lovely thing to see. Silver arrows in 6.
Yep, of the 3 important items for this seed being ladder, bow, and silvers, it's actually probably the least of the 3 that he was concerned about getting. But he'll definitely take it out of 6.
And just add that to the list of dungeons he'll never have to redig. There's the other hint location. Not that it will help us right now.
Yeah, mentally I'm going through what I've seen. I think we have all 9 dungeons, so it's... I'm not sure if both runners have seen all 9, though.
Right, yeah, I believe we've seen all of them, yeah. On our end, we've seen them all.
And here comes the bad news for Cantaloupe.
Yep. Fortunately, the raft can't really account for much. Though the Vanilla 4, I think, was just... I think that one was the other hint location. We haven't seen the other one, but the best thing it can be is a Take Any Cave. Coughlin's heading back into 8. Going for the item density here. There's still 2 items here left to find.
Yep, the commentators have seen all 9 of the levels for this seed. We do believe that the runners may not have seen them all.
Oh, and Coughlin saves out of 8. Guess he must not have seen what that left side room had. I know Cantaloupeme did.
Well, they both have the Triforce out of 8, so I think they're just... I think he doesn't want to fight the Gluyak at this point. So to give a quick item recap here, level 1 had the raft, level 3 had the magic boomerang, level 4 had the power bracelet, level 6 has the silvers. The ladder item is the Any Key, the Armos item was the regular boomerang, and the heart container is in the white sword cave.
Coughlin heading back into 7, and Cantaloupeme trying his luck in 4.
Well, the good news about the level 7 layout is it's got the Dark Nuts and the Gibdos in it, so you're going to have a chance to get through that a little bit easier than you would the Wizrobe set.
I mean, pretty much anything is better than the Wizrobe set, in my opinion. And Cantaloupeme finding the croissant.
And we have a potential for either a transport staircase or an item level 7 fairly early. Could also just have a floor drop of some sort.
Well, until you get any key, finding keys as drops is not a bad thing. Walking into Gibdos, on the other hand. That was a lovely sight. Get a bit of extra health. And Cantaloupeme finding a bit of extra health as well. And Cantaloupeme heading into 6.
Yep, I don't anticipate him missing the silvers. Just because of the enemy set in here.
Oh boy. Lots of lag. The room full of lag producers. And yep, Cantaloupeme finding the silver arrows in short order.
Yep, it helps when they're pretty much a room in, too. And no Zelda in a room today.
Nope, nope. I see an item there. What is that? Oh, it was a key. Okay. Yeah, we're seeing chat not wanting us to have nice things as per usual. Wanting both the ladder and the bow to be in 9. And the Triforce is a bit of a ways out, though there might be easier dungeons to search for that last one in. And there's our there's the toll, which Coughlin has a ton of money, so that's really no problem there. At least Coughlin's getting some getting a good bit of keys in here.
May have a transporter item. What we got?
It's the item, and it's the red candle. But he doesn't make it.
And I'm not sure that he's that worried about going back there either.
Nah, not for a red candle. Well, he's sticking around. He knows where it is. He knows where the Triforce is. Maybe he's heading for it. I didn't see what that other raft location was on Cantaloupe's side.
Don't know, but it couldn't have been that important.
Nah. Wasn't a heart container. I think you already had 8.
And Fred got tricked into this room again. I think he was looking at it on his map and thought that was the path that was open, but it's actually a room before this. You go down, there's a shutter there. That's one of those little nuances of the game. You can't see the shutter door on your map when you open it up in game.
Yeah, we're finding out in chat there was just some extra money in that other raft spot.
It feels like Fred's really just trying to get to this Triforce so he can head to 9, see if he can't get any more luck in level 9 than he is here.
Yeah, I wouldn't think he'd be coming back all this way just for the red candle. Yeah, this level 7's being pretty generous with the keys, though.
Now that staircase is taunting him. It could transport him next to the room with the Triforce, or it could send him a little ways further out. Or one room down.
Okay then.
Alright, can he bomb up?
Yes, he can. Now it's just a matter of what's guarding that Triforce. Some Gyptos. Gyptos like eating Triforces today. We've already seen 2.
Surprised chat wasn't rooting for a Goma block there.
Yep, the item in 7 was indeed the red candle. Saw it on fcoughlin side, though he died to a Keist before he could get to it. So, and with that, Coughlin does have 5 Triforces. I don't think this is where... Oh, probably warping close to where 9 is, though. I think you could just... I want to say level 9 was pretty close to start, wasn't it? Or where this seed has a starting? No,
Nope, it's in the dead woods and it's up with the 8 burn bush.
Oh right, yeah, right.
Spot.
That's right. That's right.
I just called the screen wrap over to the graveyard spot when I'm streaming it, but it's got the 8 bushes.
Yeah, I was thinking it was that spot by the lake next to the desert, but I think that was a different dungeon.
So Fred is going to go into 9, see if he can't find some information about 9.
Oh, goodness, this dark one. All these potential hints taunting us.
Yeah, I'm trying my best to see if bomb holes open up and such, but it's real hard for me to see, so...
Yeah, no kidding. Black on black. Lovely time. So, the bow is going to be required no matter what. The ladder may not be. We're able to find the bow here and the way to Ganon without it being ladder blocks. I mean, it's not the most likely thing in the world, but it's still possible.
Your item recount has not changed too terribly much. Rafton 1 with the ladder block out of the second. Number 2 had a ladder block right off the bat, so you didn't get the Triforce or the item there. 3 was a magic boomerang, and they got the Triforce out of there. 4 was the power bracelet, and it's unknown whether or not you can get to the Triforce, or if it's blocked off as both runners bailed on it. It was rude. 5, I believe, had blockages everywhere. 6 had the silver arrows and an easy-to-access Triforce, but I don't think Fap got it. 7 has the red candle in it, and 8, we don't have either item because neither one wanted to take out the Gleeok that was in the way. The Any Key was on the coast. Regular Nanner was the Armos item. White Sword item was Heart Container.
You gotta, when you're 9 and you're looking for items, you gotta check every staircase you find. Because 2 of them will be item locations. It's just a matter of whether they'll have what you need. But at least level 9 doesn't have the Wizrobe set. One small bit of kindness the seed is giving us.
And it looks like Cantaloupeme left the Triforce and 7 behind.
Yeah, I didn't see if he ever got the compass for it, so he might not have known where it was and probably didn't want to dig too far.
Yeah, this might be one of those seeds where you're ladder blocked out of 3 Triforces and only have the 5 options. It's rare, but it does happen.
The ladder could easily be an 8. We saw so little of it. We don't know if there's any ladder blocks in there or not. The white sword item was the heart container.
Just to spice things up, I'm rooting for the book to be the first item found at 9.
I was thinking the same thing, but I really didn't want the seed to troll us quite that hard.
Well, it's not a complete troll anymore because he does know where both hint shops are at. So then it would be a question of, does he leave 9 with the book in hand and go check those to see if he can't figure out where the bow or ladder is at?
Right, yeah. Yeah, I've heard people bemoaning the existence of Patras, but honestly, I don't mind Patras too much, but that's probably because I play a format of game where I've seen Patras that are a lot worse than this. Although this one was a bad enough dude to take out fcoughlin.
Yeah, if you just got a little bit too impatient and got flipped by one of the orbiting Patras. I really don't have much of a clue as to where cantaloupeme is going right now. Maybe going back to 6 for a Triforce? I'm hard pressed to tell you.
We see. Nope, it's another transport. How many transport staircases are there in 9? 5, 6? Oh, geez. Lots of Patras here in this place.
Sorry, I was looking at his stream for a second. There are 6 sets of transport staircases and 2 item staircases, netting you 14 staircases and 9 in total. It changes in shape sometimes based on segmentation of the shapes in 9, but in vanilla it's just going to be the 6 plus the 2 items. Cantaloupeme does not have level 6 marked on his map where he found the silvers, so that may be what he's trying to go back and find or try and remember.
Well, one nice thing about taking out these Patras, once you take them out, they don't come back.
I wonder if Fred's going to be able to make that so that they respawn after you leave them behind by 6 rooms or not. Be something fun, right?
That was, if they did it for the Patras, they probably do it for all the bosses like Gomas, Gleox, and all the others.
That'd be a fun time, more of an Extreme Rules randomizer. Count me in.
If you really wanted extreme rules, how about multiple different bosses in a room?
Oh, we have a pig somewhere nearby.
Yeah, here Ganon, not that it really helps us right now.
Cantaloupeme doesn't know it yet, but I think his big play would be level 8. And he is getting nearby level 8, so hopefully he goes in there.
And because he's got a good bit of health, he could definitely take out the 3-headed Gleok without too much trouble. It's just a matter of what's afterwards.
And he's making the play, so here we go.
Now, this one silver lining, literally about losing track of 6, at least he already got the silver arrows out of it. So at least he doesn't have to hunt it down for that.
Do you see that trick? I like that one. He dropped the bomb on the Gleok and hit it for the last time and got his 10-count bomb out of it.
Oh, is that what he did? Okay, I thought that maybe that was his finger slipped or something.
I'm pretty sure if the item were to have dropped, it would have been in the corners. I think that's a Gliok bomb.
And ooh, oh boy.
Now that is not the item that Cantaloupeme was looking for, but
No, it's not. But if it turns out the ladder is dig dogger blocked, perhaps.
yep, he's rooting for it to be Dig Dog or blocked in 8. I don't know that I'm trying to make a fetch quest happen here. I'm just trying to find ways where there's a potential for both runners to really be in this still.
Yeah, I was trying to come up with a fetch quest chain myself, but I couldn't really think of anything.
Will this be the staircase that gets the second item? No, it's the transport.
There's another Gliok. And there, oh dear.
Now, do you check this staircase and see if that Gliok is actually just hiding the other side of it? That's what we're doing here. And the answer is no. So that Goma, I don't know that we're guaranteed that to be the item being blocked by the Goma. There's still enough rooms left in here.
Coughlin's explored a good bit of 9. Still, I didn't see any item rooms there yet. Oh wow, all 3 Glioks are in 8. Wait, 4?
Oh, there could be more.
Okay.
With this being a 2-head Gliok, I would think he's going to just try and kill it and stay up there. Well, he's taking a lot of damage.
Another staircase. And it's another transport. Oh dear.
He doesn't have that many more staircases left in level 9, I would think.
Cantaloupe me leaving 8.
I'm a little bit surprised. There's still at least one more room that he can get into.
And his recorder, his recorder wants him to go back in. Oh, we found the compass. So we know where Zelda is. Or I guess in Couplin's case, where Ganon is.
You know, something we hadn't touched on yet is he's basically on life support in terms of his key count. So he's got to be careful with key blocks.
Well, there's one of the items in 9. Not what he's looking for. Not what he's looking for,
game.
but it's a welcome find.
Are we being serious here, game?
So among the various items we hadn't seen yet, there's the ladder, the bow.
There was key blocks, ladder blocks,
And
a book.
Found the book in 5. That's the hints are now in play.
He doesn't have the most money for the hints, but if he can find himself another secret or two, or farm up a couple rupees, he can save and retry the hints.
And there's the... oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Yep, he's going to book it, literally, back to 1 or 2.
So, bow wasn't in 9, but the means of getting it probably is. So Coughlin's not heading to 1.
That's the direction of 2, although he's getting shot to death there. Oh, he's out of keys. I know where he's going.
Oh, yeah, the magical key, right.
If he can make it there, it's going to be a bit of a struggle with his current health situation.
Yeah, especially since he almost got telefragged there.
He could opt to dig 2 still, but he's at least going to get the health refill.
Right. Well, he's there. He's going in.
Well, if the bow happens to be right off the bat pretty quickly here, it's a situation where he's not going to need that many keys to get to where he needs to be in level 9.
Not to mention he just got a key, so that's something at least. And there's another one.
And quickly up to 3, so maybe Magic Key isn't going to be something he goes after at all. And he knows the old man is right below the room he just tried to bomb. And it looks like cantaloupeme has the right idea. He's trying to dig 4 for the Triforce, knowing full well that there are important items in 9.
And I think with Coughlin, he's just looking for that bow, pure and simple. Because we've heard Ganon's roar from at least a couple different directions, and he has the compass, so he knows where Zelda is. And there's a Triforce, not even gonna bother. Not the drop item we were looking for.
I'm rooting for the wand.
Oh, there's a heart container. One thing I'm noticing now, Cantaloupeme has 10 hearts. Do you think if he knows where the magical sword is, you think he'll go for it?
That's a difficult decision to make. He knows that it's probably going to be a dot down at any point here. Hey, I got my wish in 2, though. There's the wand.
It's 2 is a bust.
So are we going to 1 or are we going to 8?
At least in 1, we know where the item has to be. 8's still a bit of a dig, and Cantaloupeme has explored a lot more of it than Coughlin has.
Yep, on the same line there, Fred's not seen the flute out of 8, so he sees it as 2 items in 8, 1 item in 1.
Cantaloupeme getting sniped.
And also, to be fair, he does not have the item in 5 yet, so he might opt to dig just about anything at this point.
Right.
But 1 seems to be in his crosshairs.
And the longer it takes Coughlin to find the bow, it's more time for Cantaloupeme to possibly catch up. Yeah, and Coughlin's looks like he's headed for 1. Since the item is pretty much right there for the taking, it's just a matter of seeing what it is. And it wasn't that way. Do we hear both? Yes, we do. So at an hour and 13 minutes, F. Coughlin has officially entered Go Mode.
And I guess we could do one final item recap as we know where everything is now. Level 1 has the raft and the bow. Level 2 has the wand. Level 3 has the magic boomerang. Level 4 has the power bracelet. Level 5 has the book. Level 6 has the silvers. Level 7 has the red candle. Level 8 has the red ring and the flute. Level 9 had the white sword and the letter.
And knowing that the red ring is an 8 is purely by process of elimination.
Yes.
Although, considering how mean this seed has been, I'm sure they would have loved to have had it long ago.
I'll say this. The chances of both runners completing the seed right now are probably 0. So I'm sure Cantaloupeme's super frustrated that he can't figure out what the solution is.
And Coughlin finds Zelda, I guess.
Yep, 7 more stabs required, now 6.
And this is a bad room to get a stun lock in.
One more.
Alright, says the beast has been taken down, now we just have to find the kidnapped. Well, we see where it is, now it's just a matter of actually getting there. And I see Cantaloupeme has gone back into 7. Oh, and okay, Cantaloupeme did get the candle. Did get the compass, rather.
Yeah, if we're looking for the first turning point in this seed, it was not picking up the Triforce in level 7, because that would have put him 1 away from being able to go into level 9, which is what he needed to do.
And fcoughlin has finished with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 16 minutes, and 26 seconds. And Cantaloupeme promptly concedes the race immediately afterwards. Considering what the seed has done, I don't blame him at all.
Well, let's see if we can't get both of them in here to talk about that one, because that one was sure fun for us to watch.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And with that, we have our winner, Fred Coughlin. Congratulations, Fred.
Ah, oh, thank you. That was terrifying.
Drew the seat. Oh, sorry.
And we also have Cantaloupeme in the booth.
Hello, hello.
Wow. That was a seed.
That was a thing. Whoever drew this seed may never draw another seed from me in this tournament.
I swear.
I don't blame you. That was a piece of work right there.
Yeah, I realized what I was like. Wait a sec, I found all the dungeons. Why am I still looking? I was like, wait a minute, I know what's going to happen here. I gotta get the Triforces to get to 9 because I bet you either the bow or the ladder is in 9.
Where did 5 end up being? I just ended up not finding that one.
5 was the book.
Ah, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep, 5 was the book, and let's see. I got 2, I guess we didn't even have to go into, but I was thinking something could have been in there because it was ladder blocked.
Yeah, I full cleared that one. That was one of my first reactions on the way to getting the magical key because, I needed to get something. I knew I was out of keys there in 9 once I found the ladder, so I said, let me check 2. It's got to be there, right? Nope, just a wand.
Yeah, there was a lot of things going on in that seed.
That was fun.
Yeah, digging through about 90% of level 9 to find the ladder. Finding the white sword along the way was probably at least decent consolation, though.
Yeah, White Sword was a nice consolation prize. Made it a little bit easier to fight Ganon there in the not moat room, the island room essentially. So the Ganon fight pretty much said, okay, you do need to have that ladder that you just picked up.
Yeah, I forgot about it, and the logic with this one is the important items can be a 9. And I forgot about that until like the very end. I was like, oh boy, now I started digging for Triforces, and by the time that happened, it was just too late.
Well, I mean, if it had been the opposite way around, if that ladder had been in level 5, you would have taken this one, because that was, the main thing. I went with the gamble that it was a 9, and if I hadn't been there, it was a rough 9. So, if the last 2 staircases I found were the 2 items. So if you had, if that ladder had just been sitting there in 5, you would have been golden, because I never even found level 5, let alone the item in it.
Yeah, 5 was Death Mountain, I think. And then also, I didn't even get 5 Triforces. I was only at 3 because I was too worried about finding items. And then I went to look for the Triforce in 4 and kept getting my butt kicked and kept trying to find Triforces everywhere. I was like, dang, what the heck am I going to do? And then I saw you done. I was like, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, these dungeon setups, all those Wizrobes, man, that was not nice.
Yeah, I tried to explore level 4 there a bit, just like you did, and then I found the power bracelet in there, and I eventually just said, yeah, let's come back later on and hope we find a red ring or something, which of course was not.
By process of elimination, that was an 8.
Yeah, I was going to say that by process of elimination at this point, it had to be an 8, but I just looked at that Gleeok and said, yeah, I'll come back later to that one. Although the fact there were 2 items in there did start bothering me there. If it hadn't been in 1, that was my next destination rather than searching the rest of the overworld to find 5.
Cantaloupeme did explore a good bit of 8. Never found the red ring. I believe it was the recorder was the other item in there.
Yeah, it had to be a recorder at that point.
Yep, I did find that, and I think I'm actually, I forgot where I got done. It may have been 8 or 7. I was digging through 7 for a Triforce because 4 was just being such a bit. This whole seed was just a pain, and because of this loss, Fred and I made a little wager, and I'm gonna have to learn how to play a boy in this blob.
Woohoo! I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, I figured you are. I'd rather you win, but I'm not gonna say what that was. That's up to you.
It's okay. My videos of my game shows get to stay hidden for a little while longer.
Ah, yes. But yeah, man, GG, and good luck in the next round, and hopefully the seed isn't as bad.
Thank you. Yeah, these types of seeds can be terrifying, and, I know you and your combat skills. That's one of the things I was terrified of, a seed where we'd get into 9 early, we'd have to do a bunch of digging in 9, and you would destroy it because you're really good at the low percent stuff, so, tough to find anyone with combat like you.
I'm not good at low percent. I've only done 1 run of that.
Oh, still, but the amount of combat that you are good at, I found you to be an extremely competent, competent being a complete understatement in terms of your combat skills. So, if it comes down to a seed where the combat comes into play, you're going to kill any of those seeds. So, great game to you, sir.
You too, man, and hopefully we meet again at some point with a friendlier seed.
I'll look forward to it, sir.
Okay.
I guess the final question I have is, does Cantaloupeme owe us any push-ups for the seed?
No, I did not go in and out any doors. I owe 15 for my previous one, so we're good. No push-ups.
Well, that's good to hear. You won't be too sore.
No, for those who don't know what we did, I'm not used to the door entry could be on the top or whatever. I'm just used to holding up when I go into a dungeon. I'd go in and out. I do that all the time. So every time I do that, it's 5 push-ups.
I thought we'd get you in level 2 there too, with the top entry there going into the river room. I thought we would have gotten you there at least at the
Nope.
start of it, but good work.
Yep, I was prepared for it.
Well, I don't know if you have anything else, Melee Wizard, but if you don't, go ahead and take us out of here.
Yep, I was just looking up the schedule, and I see coming up later on at 8 o'clock Eastern, we have Cyber Chow X and Dragon Dark, channel unknown, unfortunately. But at 10 o'clock Eastern, we have Captain Green 7 and Crimson Avix right here on Speed Gaming 5. So that should be a good one. And so with that, this, along with Fury SK, I am Melee Wizard, and have a nice day.